Mother Clare, I've heard that you use astrology to teach not only your ministers but the students within your order. How do you, as a Christian priest, justify being able to teach astrology, and how do you use it?
Yes, it's true. I do use astrology. I know astrology and use it a good bit. Let me answer the justifying it part first. It is amazing how many Christians have forgotten that the first people to realize that Jesus was born and to pursue adamantly finding him and worshiping him were what? Astrologers. Yes, we usually say wise men, but we know they were following the stars without question. No theologians really argue that they weren't astrologers. They were clearly astrologers. And through their astrology, they correctly interpreted that the Messiah, not only of Israel, but of everyone, of the world, was to be born, and it would be a momentous event that they were thrilled to be alive for. And the three wise men, astrologers, came from three different directions and three different cultures, and they had all understood the signs and the stars the same way, and they had interpreted correctly that Jesus would be born of the Jews, and they came to find him and worship him. So clearly astrology has been there since literally the birth of Christianity. Why did Christians get so bent out of shape about astrology later and decide it was the devil's work? It is most likely because people were using astrology in a negative way. They were using it to tell people that they were predestined to be a certain way and they could do nothing about it, while Christianity was trying to teach that you are a soul and you can be changed completely through your faith and through your spiritual practice. So any teaching that says, no, you are this and you can't change, they would have seen as going against basic Christian tenets. Also, people were using it to predict the future, and again, the churches would generally have said the future can be changed by our choices, so we shouldn't be trying to predict the future. And simultaneously, the ones predicting the future were often messing with spirits from the spirit world at the same time. So they would be psychics and have dark characters from the spirit world often informing them at the same time as they were using astrology and such things. So the church made a blanket statement that these things were evil and we shouldn't do them. That went a bit far because, in fact, astrology has so much to offer us to understand ourselves and to understand other people, and that's how I use it in my teaching and how we use it within our centers of light. People can come to understand themselves through astrology in a more objective way, and when we have a more objective sense about ourselves, we might feel less inclined to have to react and defend ourselves. If we know our astrological makeup would give us tendencies to be a certain way, then we may be able to look at those tendencies more readily and go, okay, I see that in me. And then we can also look at our strengths that we have due to our astrological makeup alongside our weaknesses and how we might use our strengths to overcome our weaknesses. We can also see why other people might feel how they do about our personality traits and the way we are, and see why they may not appreciate some things. We may see that by understanding their astrological makeup. So we use it also to help people understand other people and their relationships with other people, to understand why certain relationships may be tricky and how they can be worked out. We so often think that there's one right way to be or one right way to do things. In fact, there's at least 12 absolutely right ways to be and to do things, and multitudes of variations on those 12. So astrology can help us become much more tolerant and accepting of ourselves as well as of other people, and improve our wisdom, our understanding, and our kindness and love of other people to a very great extent. That is why we teach astrology and why we use it in helping people to understand themselves and others.